Good morning, this is Will Faerber from Art to Ride, and we're looking at Karen Loshbaugh riding a young Arab that we started from basically barely halter broke. And he's just coming into the phase of just beginning to take contact with the bridle. So the question today that we're going to try to answer is, the question was, what do you do with your hands in the stretch? Well, let's talk about a few concepts of that. The main thing with the hands, as Mr. Oliveira used to say, the best hands in the world simply work like a pair of side reins. They limit the length of the rein. They simply don't give when the horse every time the horse pulls. But better than a pair of side reins, they can actually maintain contact with the horse and, of course, adjust to the horse's stride as necessary in the length of the neck that we need at any given moment. The concept here is that we don't lose contact with the mouth of the horse. Now notice Karen is riding with a light rein. The correct contact with the rein, when the horse is correct, is the weight of the rein. That simply means an unbroken line, but a sense of a positive feel. Now some people think that their horses are light when they're actually behind the bridle. They're actually behind the bit and very often have broken the third vertebrae and therefore are actually dropping off the bit. So in the correct contact, there's no backwards tension, but there is a sense of a positive feel that the horse is taking of the reins. Now notice as this young horse is kind of moving his head around, he's trying to find the contact with the bridle. We notice that Karen has just maintained a contact, and when his head came up, she simply followed him up with her hands. And then as he stretched down, she's releasing the rein to the weight of the rein. But look how nicely this horse is stretching forward. This, again, notice how she keeps that upright position. Notice there's almost no change in the horse's trot at all. As he stretches down and forward, he's still engaging. Look how nicely he's tracking up into the front peak. Now, some people who see a horse's head down, their immediate criticism is, oh, the horse is on the forehand. But look how deeply this horse is stretching underneath the body, with his hind legs, that is, reaching and engaging. That's not a horse on the forehand. Now, yes, compared to a horse that up in collection, he is a little more on the forehand. But he's not plugging away. A horse can be up in the bridle and what people think is on the bit, and in a false balanced frame with the horse's back down. But what you would find is, as soon as you try to go faster on a horse like that, you usually fall apart. But notice once again how the hands have never been aggressive. There's never been any anger in her hands, so to speak. No frustration. She's just letting the horse find the contact. And when his mouth comes up, she follows her hands up, because if you press your hands down, the horse will resist even harder. So we want the horse not to learn it can escape the bridle, so we simply just bring our hands up, and then as the horse stretches back down, the hands lighten back to what should be the correct weight. And how we reward the horse is by giving him to the weight of the rein, with just that sense of a positive feel. There. And so once she gets him back into the correct frame, then she can lower her hands back down to what you might consider an equitation position. Now once again, this is riding for the schooling ring. This isn't what we do in the show ring. Very nice, and back into the frame. And once again, this is a horse that's just beginning to come into contact with the bridle. So that's why it's so important that he learn there is no escape from the reins, but the reins are never going to brutalize the horse's mouth. They're simply going to have a little more contact with him when he's not in the frame that she wants him to be in. And she'll either raise her hands or widen her hands to be able to maintain that unbroken line to the horse's mouth. All right, Will Faerber and Karen Loshbaugh from Art to Ride. Thank you.